Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Super Moms with Nanlise. I'm your host Nanlise, and today we're going to be discussing a very interesting and exciting topic, the dream wedding. And with me to discuss this very interesting topic is Pastor Sass, the lead pastor, Transformation Edge Church here in Sydney, Australia. Pastor Sass is also a psychologist and a nurse, and she's also married with 3 kids. So, Pastor Sass, we're so happy to have you here today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So today we're discussing the dream wedding. Like we all know, most women before they get to the age of 20, they've all had dreams of how they want their wedding to be. They've all visualized it in their heads, like the old fairy tale wedding, the old Prince Charming, everything. Like when I was growing up, having watched some fairy tale cartoons like the Cinderella story, Snow White, meeting the prince, Charming, and the next thing, the beautiful wedding, and they live happily ever after. So we women, we have built this whole thing in our head that we want our weddings to be beautiful, big, elegant, with a lot of family there. I don't know how to explain it, but the fairy tale thing. Then at the end of the day, most women don't end up having such weddings because some circumstances beyond their control. Sometimes we have some women having to have kids before their wedding. We even have some women not even being able to attend their own wedding, like they are in another country and they're celebrating the wedding for them in another country. So today we'll be discussing this issue, what really causes it, and we're going to be trying to advise on solutions on how to overcome this, because most women, even after several years, are not able to overcome the feeling like I didn't get my dream wedding. So today Pastor Sass is going to be like taking us through it all, like telling us how we're going to be able to like overcome this whole wedding thing, like how we're going to like be fine. I didn't have my dream wedding, but I'm married, I'm okay, my family is okay. So Pastor Sass, how do you think your wedding thing, first of all, what's your take on weddings?
Look, thank you for having me. It's an amazing topic and it is so wide and quite subjective. So your ideal wedding idea is different from mine. And because it's subjective, we can only try and explore thoughts around it. What is a wedding? A wedding is an event. A wedding is the ceremony. A wedding is calling a few people together to say, "Woo, I'm getting married. Come join me, celebrate." It is all about the event, all about the gathering of different people. Let's eat together and celebrate. That's how I see a wedding. You might think differently.
So most people prepare a lot for the wedding, forgetting that there's also the thing called marriage ahead. To me, I think there's a very big difference between the wedding and the marriage. So how can you explain to us better the difference between wedding, the ceremony, and the marriage?
The wedding is the event, and I think that's where a lot of people miss it. They get confused about the difference between a wedding and the marriage. The marriage is 2 people coming together to say we are going to do life together from now on. Whether there's a event or not, those 2 people, it's like you're wedding, you're coming together and deciding to get married. So the marriage is these 2 people deciding to do life together. The wedding is calling everyone to say, "Hey guys, we have decided to do life together." If that makes sense. And you might think differently, but that's how I perceive it. That's how I see it. The wedding is just the event, the ceremony, get people together, come eat with me. Whether you know them or not, they're coming to eat with you. But the 2 people that is the most important part of a wedding or a marriage are those 2 people that have decided to say, we want to get together and do life together from now on.
That's so true. So mommy, talking about the wedding and the marriage, what do you think? Which one do you think people should spend more time planning? Because most people spend money, time, energy planning the wedding, and don't really know that the journey marriage is still very far, and should spend time like getting to know each other to prepare for marriage.
That is very interesting and very, very common. We, like, you know, we girls, right? We dream, like Nancy just said, we dream about our fairy tale wedding, and we plan with everything inside of us to ensure that that wedding go as just the way we want it to go, without paying attention on the marriage, without trying to understand who we're doing life with. That sometimes one person is left aside from the planning, which we know are the guys. We plan everything from the beginning to the end, including the clothes, the shoes, even the undies and the t-shirts and everything that they're gonna wear, without actually thinking, hey, I need to get to know how they reason, how they perceive this sort of, you know, area, because there's life after marriage, there's life after wedding, if I may use, you know, there's life after that. Spending so much money, great if you've got it. Lending money, not a good idea. You know, but just really focusing on life after the wedding is the most important. I would say please girls out there, pay attention. If you're already married and you made this sort of mistake where you spend so much time on planning the wedding as opposed to the marriage, then you can still take a step back and start getting to know each other. I would say every lady needs to forget about the fairy tale, forget about what you watched when you were 6 years old, and start thinking about this person that I've decided to spend the rest of my life with. I want to get to know them. I want to know how they think. Are we on the same page on certain things? Because after the wedding, if you're not on the same page with certain things, that's when you start to butt heads, and you don't want that. So I would say spend more time on trying to get to know this person that you've decided to spend the rest of your life with. You're deciding to marry for the rest of your life, not the wedding. The wedding is just an event. All those guys are going to say goodbye to you at the end of the wedding, but you're going to stay forever with this person. So you want to know this person well.
So true. So mommy, there's this thing people do these days, like they're trying to scrap out the reception part of the wedding. Like they just go to church, like one wedding, they just went to church, and at the end of the day, they just presented them like food stick out. So what we're trying to know, Pastor Sass, is this wedding thing, this wedding event, is it compulsory?
No. A big capital no. It's not compulsory to have that celebration. You know, if you're not caught up for it, or you don't have the wherewithal, you don't have the finances to cover it, it's not the most, it's not a do or die affair. If you have decided this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, you take them to your parents, you know, the elders or the people, depends on your culture, whatever you do, you know, you get the traditional things done, right? And if you don't want to, you just want that blessing over you on this person, what happens after this time is what matters, not the event. I think that's the whole point here. People try to put their focus on the event, but you need to refocus on the wedding, the marriage itself. And if you don't have the money for a reception, don't kill yourself over it. You're just starting life, and people need to understand that you're just starting life. Therefore, you don't need to be able to afford all of these things. You can start off your life, and once you start to make money as you move on in life, or your finances are better together as a couple, then their wedding anniversaries, you can celebrate it 1 year, 2 years, you can celebrate every year, and it gets better after that. You know, their birthdays, there, you know, so many celebrations that you can do together as a family that would be even bigger and better than the wedding event. Remember, not the marriage, the wedding event.
So, Pastor Sass, using the Bible, how we're going to advise Christian couples that want to get married to marry, to wed in the Christian way, and also prepare for marriage. Like, for example, using the Bible as a reference, how should their wedding be, and how should they plan their marriage ahead?
Look, the Bible encourages us to, you know, it says a man shall leave you know,
Yeah.
and cling on to the wife. That's what the Bible tells us. I would be saying, once you decide on who you want to spend the rest of your life with, take them to the person that you regard in your family. Because when I say parents, your parents might not be alive, or your parents might be alive. You know who that person is, then take them there. As long as you have their blessing, move on in life. You know, you have their blessing, and you can decide to just have a blessing at church if you want. There are people that do that as well. You know, do the traditional, and then come to church and say, Pastor, we need you to bless our union. We've already done the rites with our families, but we just want you to bless our union. Get that done and move on. The most important aspect is the bride price. As long as the bride price is paid, that's all you need. You do not need to worry about anything else, about trying to please people. Come on, girls. People, stop trying to please people. Do not try and go out of your way to please the whole world. They're not going to be there in your home. You need to wake up and get the scales off your eyes. You don't need to spend everything you have, because hey, there's something called savings, and there's something called a home that needs to be built after the wedding. Remember that after the wedding, life continues. You don't want people coming at your door and knocking, could you pay me back the money you owed me? Because it's supposed to be a celebration, not something that you're having to, you know, endure. It's supposed to be an enjoyment. So please go after the bride price. This guy or this man have said, I'm, you know, head over heels for you. I want to get married to you. Can you take me to your family? They go with their family, pay the bride price. That's all the Bible says. Guess what? Everything else is just tradition. And guess what? The white, you know, outfit, the white dress that we wear, it's not
black suit.
Black suit is just a, can I say, Western idea that we just learned, and we've watched it over and over again. But guess what? They are all good things, and we all desire them. But when it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. You have so many opportunities to do it. Remember, anniversary, first year, second year, third year. You can keep doing it, and you know, life goes on from there.
Yes. Most people think that the big wedding of a thing, when you have the big wedding, many people came there, you spent a lot of money, then they think it's what ensures a happy home. Like when they think about, okay, how much I spent on the wedding, they just decide to stay in the marriage. So does the big wedding thing ensure a happy home?
Capital no again. And I know that's subjective. Having a big wedding does not ensure a happy home. I did not personally have a big wedding, Nancy, and I know when this topic came, I thought, oh wow, that's very interesting. It's very relatable, because I did not have a big wedding, and secondly, I did not have my family in my wedding.
Wow.
I had none of my families here, but that does not mean they did not want to be here by all means, but they just could not make it to my wedding. But life continued, and life continued to get better. I did not have, in fact, most of the people that I had in my wedding, I only got to know them a few more months before my wedding. But it doesn't define you as a person. It doesn't define the marriage. It doesn't define the relationship that you have with this person that you're getting married to. Having the biggest wedding ever is a showmanship, and it's amazing, but what happens after that is what matters. The fact that because you go and you spend this money, you feel entitled to staying in the marriage even when you're dying in the marriage, in the home, or you know, things are not going very well. You start to feel, oh, I spent so much money, I just can't walk away from the. Of course, we're not encouraging you to walk away from what you've built, but you want to spend time knowing this person that is the right person for you. Because then when that time comes, you don't start thinking, oh my God, I've spent so much money, I have to be locked in here. But then you already know this person that you know, okay, they can't do this to me, because we've spent time getting to know each other before the marriage. So spend more time getting to know each other. I would say that over and over again because it's something that a lot of the young people are missing out today. They're in a hurry to jump in. They want to copy their friends. Oh, my friend had the biggest wedding. I want that too. My friend had a limousine when they got married. I want that too. Come on, girl, wake up and get yourself into what's around you and learn to count your blessings. The fact that, and remember, we're Christians. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. You've not seen the future of the marriage yet, but you believe that this person that you're getting married to will walk with you in that journey, together. So once you join faith and hands with this person, be ready to go all the way, upward and forward. I know about some of my friends that got married bigger than mine, like bigger than me, but today their marriages are not together anymore, which is very sad. But grateful to God, I am here and I'm still married to the same man, and I've got 3 young kids with this man. But I'm just saying, get yourself back to the present, and take the fantasy away. The fact that all these weddings are big does not ensure your marriage. The characteristics of you and that person is what builds the home.
Yes.
And you need to work on that as opposed to this big wedding that you're killing yourself over. Yeah. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Pastor Sass, you said a lot as regards this. It doesn't ensure a happy home. Big wedding doesn't ensure a happy home. Instead, it makes you spend more than expected. At the end of the day, you end up accumulating debts here and there. So instead of you enjoying your honeymoon and coming back home to relax, you get a knock on the door. How far? When are you going to pay me back? So we advise you just do a wedding that is suitable and like cut your clothes according to your material. Exactly. Because if you cut according to your size, sometimes it's way bigger. So so Sass, we have a lot of women out there watching that have actually had a very small wedding. Like some now available for their own wedding, some having kids and feelings, so they weren't able to wear the clothes they wanted to wear for their wedding. So as a psychologist, you should know that these people, like, once in a while it comes into their head, they think about it. Of course. So we just want you to talk to them, give them something to go home with, something to sleep with, and know that it doesn't have to be about the wedding. The wedding is come and gone. Try to get over it and try to do life.
And you're right, trying to get over the past is so important, and I know I can almost feel your pain. The fact that you weren't present in your wedding, that's huge and that's massive. And I think number one step is recognizing that hurts. If in psychology there's something called repressed memories, and when you repress those memories, when they come, it's like a bottle of fizzy drink or a bottle of wine that has been like with the corked in, and if you keep suppressing things in there, once you open, you shake and you open, just a little bit of nudge would go all over the place. There will be an explosion, and you don't want that. So firstly is recognizing that I didn't get to do this. Am I okay? So you've got to be able to unpack those feelings that's in there. Am I okay? How am I feeling right now? I want to be able to discuss it with my husband that I don't feel fulfilled because I did not get to do this. It's something that you must not shy away from discussing with your husband. Of course, men don't see that as a big deal, but for us girls, we see that as a massive deal that we weren't able to be present in our wedding, or that we've had to have kids first before getting into that lovely shaped dress that we've always dreamt about. It's understanding that, hey, that does hurt. But another thing is not staying in that. After you've recognized that it hurts, is for you to be able to walk through the other side. How do I fix it? What do I do? What are the things that make me happy right now? What are the things that I can actually look forward to? What are the things that I could do to sort of bring that picture back? Okay, maybe we can organize, because then you can have a chat with your husband right now and say, hey, I feel like I wasn't fulfilled, but hey, it's something you want to think about first. Don't just listen to this video and just go, hey, honey, we need to do this right now. No. You gotta, you gotta allow yourself, allow that go into your spirit first, and because everybody is different, and all of these things are subjective. The way I think about it will be different from your perspective. So, and you know your situation better than I am, especially financially. All of these things do cost money. Planning an anniversary is just almost as big as planning a wedding, sometimes, depending on how big you want it to be. So if you want a small anniversary for 20 people, wear the most beautiful dress and the most gorgeous, do everything you want to do. If you've got kids, your little boy or little girl can be like the page boy and the flower girl for you, and that dream just comes alive again. So it's for you to recognize the hurt, not dwell in it. Share it with somebody that you care about, for example your spouse, your husband, or your family member that you're so close to. Let them help you go on the other side. And then you start to say, what can I do? What makes me happy right now? What can I do to make me happy always in the future? Okay, maybe if I continue to plan little anniversaries, birthday parties, maybe photo shoots, because girls want to get dressed up and look nice. Photo shoots just to make me look like, oh, I'm fulfilled as a girl. So I would suggest all of those, and I'm sure there will be plenty more, because you guys are super smart people. So
yes, thank you so much, Pastor Saz. Pastor Saz has answered the question beautifully well. And I think I learned a lot too. And I think when I get home, I'm going to go meet my husband. I'm going to say, we're going to plan a big anniversary.
That's going to be on you.
And you say, oh, Pastor Saz advised that. I'm going to tell him so. Anyway, thank you so much. We've learned a lot today. And I'm very sure the ladies out there have learned a lot. They're going to learn how to move past that, because the whole thing, like you attending several weddings every Saturday, your sisters, your cousins, and you're seeing how they do things, and you are like, oh, I didn't get to do this for my wedding. You should try to be able to grow past it. You're married now, you should concentrate more on your marriage. You should concentrate more on your husband and your kids, and how to do life balance with your family. So you should try create traditions that will make it exciting in marriage. Like for example, Christmas is coming. Try create a Christmas tradition. What you do on the 24th, like the watch night. What you do on Christmas Day, the dishes you make. Where you go on the 26th, the Boxing Day. So even if you didn't have an elaborate wedding, you can try and make your marriage interesting. Try create traditions for yourself. Christmas traditions, New Year traditions, the Easter celebration, anniversaries, birthday celebrations. With all those in place, I don't think you're going to remember your old wedding issue anymore by the time you have those traditions lined up all over the years. And thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate. Kindly watch our video on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, like and share. Pastor Saz, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thanks viewers. Bye bye.